one won't work. There should be something to carry this. Same way the excretory substances, same way the hormones, is it clear? So the transportation of these substances are needed. The nutrients, the excretory substances, the hormones, the respiratory gases need to be transported. So here what is happening? This transportation is done by blood, basically, because it is moving all around. It is taking from one system to other, or it is taking from one system to different cells. That is what is blood needed for. So first function is transportation. Apart from that, like we have done again in your previous class, that liver and muscle cells are responsible, basically liver, muscle cells as well, are responsible for heat generation. Is it? So the heat which is generated has to be distributed throughout the body, isn't? So this is also done by the blood. The heat generated in liver, heat generated in muscle cells, they are distributed by blood throughout the body. Next is, what is blood plays a very important role in protection. They have different way, blood has different way. There are different cells which play different role in protection. Is it clear? They produce antibody. In the previous chapter we have done, they engulf pathogen, they produce antitoxins. So there are various ways. Not only this, when we have a cut, is it, blood clot is formed. Blood clotting is also formed by one of the blood cells, that is platelets, and this clot is actually, so what is the idea of having clot? It stops further loss of blood from the injured part, plus it doesn't allow the pathogens to get into the injured part of the body, is it? So blood plays a very important role in protection. Is it clear? So basically blood is there for transportation, the blood is there for protection, blood is there for the distribution of heat. Is it? So let us go more in detail about the blood. So first we start with RBC. We don't have to do much about plasma. We start with sorry. Now, this is the blood cell. This is the smallest cell of our body. This RBC or erythrocytes, they are smallest cell of our body. If you take 1 cubic millimeter of blood, how much is 1 cubic millimeter? That means you are taking a cube which is 1 millimeter length, 1 millimeter breadth, 1 millimeter height. So you can just imagine how small it is. So much of blood, and fill it with blood. If you take so much of blood, you will get 4 to 6 million RBC. So what do we write? 4 to 6 millions per cubic millimeter of blood. That means if you take 1 cubic millimeter of blood, you will find 4 to 6 millions of RBCs. RBCs, again, I'm going back a little bit. You have done, when we had done skeletal system, you had seen that all kind of blood cells are produced in our bone marrow, isn't it? So red bone marrow. So same here, RBC. When RBC is produced in our red bone marrow. When RBC, of course, in fetus, RBC is also produced by liver. Now, so RBC, when produced, it is just like a normal cell. It has, cell membrane, it has cytoplasm, it has all cell organelles, but as it matures, it starts losing all its cell organelles. All the cell organelles are lost, is it? So RBC, that is why, what is RBC? RBC is its plasma membrane with cytoplasm without any cell organelle. So this is one living cell in our body, one living cell in our body, which is devoid of any kind of cell organelle. All cell organelles are absent. Now, it is one thing, the absence of this doesn't let the RBC to live for a long period of time. Nucleus itself is absent. So, the average lifespan of RBC is 120 days. Okay. So, here what happens, but there are a lot of advantages of not having all organelles inside the RBC. What are the advantages? Let us see. Now, RBC, why do we call it RBC? Red blood corpuscle, because it is red in color. Now, how it is red? Because it contains, the cytoplasm of it contains hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. We have discussed about hemoglobin in class 9 also in respiratory system. So, hemoglobin, is it clear? What is hemoglobin? This is hemoglobin is made up of two things. The heme. It is made up of two things, the heme and the globin. Globin is the protein part. Is it clear? So, globin is the protein part, and there are 4 protein chains, is it? And to each protein chain there is present a heme molecule, and heme molecule consists of iron. Repeating once more, what it is made up of? It is made up of hemoglobin. We have done in previous class. It consists of an iron containing part, that is heme, and the other is a protein. This is the protein, is globin. Each hemoglobin has 4 chains of protein, and each chain consists of a heme. Is it? Each chain consists of a heme. Alright. Now, what is heme and where is iron present? Iron is present here. In heme, iron is present. Okay. Oxygen comes and binds to the heme molecule, not to the globin. It comes and binds to the heme molecule. So, means one hemoglobin molecule can carry 4 molecules of oxygen. 4 protein chains, each protein chain containing 1 heme. Each heme is responsible to carry 1 oxygen. So, approximately 4 oxygen molecules are carried by each hemoglobin molecule, is it? So, here this is filled, the RBC consists of millions of hemoglobin. Now, what is RBC meant for? Definitely for the transportation of, it is meant for the transportation of oxygen, respiratory gases. Little bit of carbon dioxide is also transported, but basically oxygen is transported. Now, see what happens now. When